Say hi. Hi. Okay. Raise your hand if you think it's a boy. Raise your hand if you think it's a boy. Raise your hand if you think it's a girl. Okay. Guess what it is? It's a girl! Everybody, I feel like I start my vlogs the same every single time, and they're in my kitchen, and I'm saying good morning, everybody. It is this week, this vlog, there's a few things that are going to happen. My goals for this vlog this week. I'm going to try to vlog all week, so I think I've only gotten one like true official weekly vlog in this year, just because my year's been crazy. But last week I dedicated that to my classroom reveal, so trying to get that video all ready and together because it was like a few month long process. So I decided not to vlog last week and just go ahead and spend time on getting that stuff ready. And it is up, and I will link it here at the top if you're interested in looking at my classroom reveal. This week, so my goal this week is one, vlog at least every day. And then I also want to talk about how I am prepping for parent-teacher conferences. So our parent-teacher conferences are a few weeks away, like 2 weeks. And I normally start prepping for parent-teacher conferences a few weeks away. And it's crazy to think that we're already there, but we are. I mean, it's real life. I had to look because I was like second guessing myself, pregnancy brain. Normally they are the first week of October, and this week they are the second week of October. We normally have 2 weeks of fall break, and this year we only have 1. So I think that's why they pushed the parent-teacher conferences back 1 more week. So technically I have 3 weeks until parent-teacher conferences, and that 3rd week are the conference weeks. So I normally don't really like prep or anything. I want to be done before then. So this week I started printing off the things that I needed, and I'm going to start having the kids do things that I want them to do and what I normally do with them. I use Seesaw for my parent-teacher conferences a lot. I also use Flipgrid. So I just wanted to share with you what I like to share for my 1st grade parent-teacher conferences. And we only have 1 a year, so keep that in mind. And then we obviously have parents come in if they need to throughout the year. But okay, I have to show you what my cat's doing today. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Ivy. Ivy. What are you doing? Cat, what are you doing? I also have a field trip this week. So we are going to be going to a local orchard and pumpkin patch for our first field trip. So that's exciting. I'll show you how we set up the field trips this year and how I organize the field trips, and what I do the morning of the field trips. Like that'll be this week. So I need to take my prenatals, and then I think I might make coffee at work. I've been drinking a very tiny cup of coffee. I feel like when the PSLs came out, when the pumpkin spice lattes came out, I really started to crave that fall warm coffee-ness. So it's 7:40 and I am going to get to work now. I'll see you at work.
One. I can't really see.
Hey guys. Oof. Walk the long way to the, oh, angry little bird. Walk the long way to my car. Today was a pretty good day. Rained all day. So you can imagine we had indoor recess and they were really struggling to focus, so that really kind of set up the rest of our afternoon. So the rest of our afternoon was kind of rough, you know, but that's okay. We dealt with it. We did some brain breaks and did some flow on Go Noodle. That bird is like so mad at me for walking. Did you guys hear it? Ugh. So I was going to update you guys after school and kind of talk to you about stuff, update you, you know. But I was just so like in the mode. Like, I had a lot of random stuff that I forgot to do at the beginning of the year. Like the highlights. I don't know if you guys ever do highlights, the magazines, if you guys get those with your school. If you don't, go online and you get free stuff all the time as teachers. Even if you get no responses, like I just tell my kids they get like a special prize if they bring the paper back in, like a bulldog ticket or something. And if you get like 15 responses back, and that's like, you know, 3/4 of the class or so, then you get like a free little item. And some of the items are like really nice. So I highly recommend it. If you don't get highlights sent to your classroom for the kids to buy at home, then go online and see if you can get those delivered to your school, because they really are, they're helpful. And I had 6 responses. I had 6 yeses. So I got that's the first time that I'd ever gotten that many yeses that they wanted to order highlights for their kid. And I was able to get another free gift just by getting 6 yeses. So I think, what did I get? I ended up getting like a little, like cute little like tabs, like nothing big. And then I got a stem set, like this little, I think they're just supposed to build stuff with them. They're like popsicle sticks, but like glorified popsicle sticks, but they have these little cards that they can make stuff with. So it's kind of like a stem in a little container. So they're not huge gifts, but it's still something that's really cool. My coworker got it and she says that the kids love it. So I went on there and finally got that today. And then I was making some of my field trip groups today. So we are going to an apple orchard on Thursday, and I was getting my groups and stuff ready for the apple orchard. So I only have about 4 chaperones coming to this field trip, and that is not a lot. I am happy with 4, don't get me wrong, but normally we have more chaperones than that. And I know we have 4 field trips throughout the year, and what we did is we combined a whole packet and sent it out at the beginning of the year on the cost of what each field trip would be, total cost, can you come to any of them type of thing, to kind of set us up for the entire year, which is something we've never done before. And the parents really, really loved it, because then they can see what they can pick and choose what field trips they wanted to come to. And we're going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Well, they are. I probably won't, because I'll have a baby by then. But we're going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and that's a big one, and parents really like to go to that one. So the IndyCar drivers will be practicing by then. It's fun to come to that one. So it's okay that we didn't get a whole lot, but that just meant that I'll have to have a group. I normally don't like to give myself a group unless there's medical things that are in place that you have to, like at our school, I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. If you have a child with an EpiPen or anything like that, like they have to be with you if their parents don't come. Regardless of that, I try not to have too big of a group so I can go around and mingle and see if anybody needs help, and I can just kind of be available for everybody. But unfortunately, I had to make myself a group, because I wasn't about to give 6 kids to 1 chaperone this year. I gave them 5. They're gonna have to be, hopefully they're okay with 5. But this is a group. This is a field trip that we like all walk around together anyways. So it's really not a huge deal. So I was just finishing up groups. And then I also had stuff to grade, but Greg texted me and was like, "Are you okay?" Because it's 6 o'clock, so I never stay this late, but this year I can't like function. I also had I had some teammates that needed help. We have I don't know if I remember telling you guys, but we had, oh, that's Greg texting me. I don't remember if I've told you guys this or not, but our 5th classroom, we've had a sub up until then, like a long-term sub. She does maternity leaves and stuff, but she's a certified teacher. Well, we finally hired a classroom teacher for that, and today was his first day, so he was coming in and asking me some stuff, and I am more than willing to help them, but that's why I was staying a little bit late today, so helping my peeps out. You gotta be a good teammate, you know? Gotta be a good teammate. So I was answering some questions about Google Classroom and parent-teacher conferences and all that jazz. So, well, I'm gonna go home with the energy that I have left and make something for dinner. And then I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 26th. I didn't vlog yesterday because it was just a crazy day and my attention was pulled in multiple directions. So hopefully today is a better day. It is early release day. I went to Target and finally bought some maternity clothes, so that's fun. I'm wearing a little jean tunic here. So I am getting my lunch ready and my breakfast ready, and I have to get to school because we are going to be doing PLC. So at PLC this year has been meshing so much better. We, obviously with my brand new team, we have been getting our planning done, and we've been getting all of our master copies. So we print off copies for everybody, and everybody just uses what they think that they need, and they use it however they need to. So it's just been really helpful. So we've been getting all of our copies and everything, master copies, ready before Thursday, basically. We start on Tuesdays and then finish on Wednesdays. So one of us is out today. It's my oatmeal. That seemed warm and cozy today. One of us is out this morning, but we still move on. I will catch back in with you guys in a little bit. I'm getting a flip grid ready really quick for tomorrow after we get back from our field trip, and it is for parent-teacher conferences, so I'll share that with you probably next week. But so I got everything together that I need in my little baggie, and I put it in my little chair for my field trip. So what I usually bring on field trips are like Band-Aids, pens, sometimes stickers, and then the nurse always walks down with any type of medicine. Look at my desk, it's like a mess. With any type of medicine that I might need for any of my kids. And then all their permission slips. I don't have to take the permission slips, but I just always have, so I always probably will. I don't know. I just take my field trip binder. And then my camera, and then a water bottle and a lunch. And that's what I normally take on field trips. So when the kids come in the morning, for their morning procedures, they usually come in and move their number if they're here off of their Wishwell board. But tomorrow morning they're going to come in and give me their lunch baggie immediately. And then I'm going to make sure that they have one, check it off, because anybody that doesn't have one has to go down to the cafeteria at like before the bell. So it's like a big deal. So I try to get everybody in and check off if they have a lunch, and then I take that lunch and put it in their chaperone's bag. So we go to Target and ask them to donate, if they will donate, those paper bags, because they have handles on them and they're really nice, and they normally do almost every field trip. So we grab those, and we have 5 different bags or however many chaperones you have, and the kids put the lunch boxes in those bags. And we kind of staple on the outside their group names and then give those to the chaperones tomorrow to kind of keep track of, type of thing. So we usually keep them on the bus, and then at lunchtime they can go and grab it whenever they're ready to eat lunch. Should be ready. We should be good to go. We're going to the apple orchard and a pumpkin patch, so it should be really fun. All the kids get to take apple bag home and a pumpkin bag. So we're going to save some of the apples for some experiments that we're going to do, and I'm going to let the kids eat one of the apples as well. So it'll be a fun day. So I'm going to work a little bit and then grade some papers, and then I'm going to get home because my rib hurts. Like, it hurts really bad. I'm going to have to go to the chiropractor. Good morning! It is field trip day, so I have got my first grade tribe shirt on. We are all wearing this shirt today to match each other, so we'll probably take some cute little picture, whatever. But it is Thursday, and we are going on a field trip today to the pumpkin patch and the apple orchard. So I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite field trips. I feel like I say that on all of our field trips. Like, I love field trips, or at least I love the field trips that we go on throughout the year. They are so much fun. They are so relaxed, and great chaperones that come out. So field trips are just something fun to do, and I'm really excited. So little outfit of the day. We've got first grade tribe. Then I just got my Toms and some jeans on today because this week is jeans week. So right now it is 7:30. I'm going to go to Kroger and get me a sack lunch. I never remember to get a sack lunch when I go grocery shopping on the weekends for field trips. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get something that I can throw away today. And I don't know, probably pick up some more breakfast because I'm like out of breakfast. So I might do a bagel. I think there's a bagel in there. And then maybe get some Starbucks. We normally get Starbucks as a team on Fridays, so we rotate. There's 5 people on our team, and we rotate buying each other Starbucks like you know, every 5 weeks or so. So I really want a pumpkin spice latte this morning. Guys, it's like, Alexa, what's the current temperature outside?
Right now, it's 53 degrees. Today, expect a high of 67 degrees.
The high today is going to be 67 degrees at the pumpkin patch. Like, that's perfect weather right there. So right now it's 53, and I just love this fall crisp weather, and then the sun comes out and it's warm, and it's perfect. It's perfect weather right now. The leaves have not started changing yet, but they will, and it'll be super quick when they do. So, all right, I'm going to get my stuff together and get to Kroger and start our field trip day. All right, guys, I got my Starbucks, and I got a pumpkin spice latte, just a tall. And I purposefully went a different direction because I think I told you guys that we have, like, one of our interstates is, like, being worked on. So the main road outside of my house is, like, so backed up all the time, like, so backed up. So I'm just, like, going to the next parallel road over. And look what's happening to me this morning. Freaking train. Come on. So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my coffee. While I'm sitting here, I might as well give you a field trip tip that I was giving one of our first year teachers in first grade. She kind of said, like, you know, how do I get through the day? Like, is it, you know, help me? Like, what tips do I need to know? And I said, well, I think probably the best tip that you can have is to start off organized. Start off super organized. So when the kids walk in the morning, I told you guys about the sack lunches and to have your groups ready and make sure that every kid gets a lunch. And if they don't, then they need to be down by like 9 o'clock a certain time, because we are loading the buses at like 9:30. So we need to have, sometimes it takes a little bit in the lunchroom for them to pack a lunch. So because they obviously throw that together like right there. And another thing, what I told her to do is to try not to have a group. So you can go around and mingle and try and figure out what everybody needs. So I, unfortunately, was not able to do that because I only had 4 chaperones, but she had like 7 chaperones. So that's perfect. So I told her, don't feel guilty about not having a group unless it's a medically, you know, necessary kid that has to be with you, or, you know, behaviorally even. But sometimes what I find is that your highest behavior needs have the best time on field trips. Like, they're so good on field trips. I hardly have ever had issues with my behavioral kids on field trips because I don't know, a lot of the times they're just, you know, out of their element, out of their classroom, out of where they kind of feel safe, if you will, and into a better setting where they're just, I don't know, they behave better. It's weird. So don't be afraid to put your behavior students with another chaperone. And but obviously that's teacher discretion, like, you know your kids better than I do type of thing. So, oh, I also told her to pack some Band-Aids and some Bulldog tickets and some stickers and different stuff like that for the bus ride. For the bus ride, we always say whisper, and we'll get extra recess when we get back, because they technically get recess at the field trip because there's a playground, but you know, it's hard to come back and teach after a field trip. So, because we have to be back by 1:45, so we still have until 3:50 at our school. So we have some learning time still that we have to make up. But it's really hard, and we do get some stuff in. We get some learning time in on those days, a whole lot. We don't expect too much out of the kids because they are so drained. So what I told her is to you know, on the buses when we're trying to keep them quiet, is to whisper, and that usually does the trick for the management buses piece, because you got to keep your bus drivers happy. Like, there's nothing worse than a bus driver that does not want to drive you to a field trip. Keep those bus drivers happy. Am I a child? Probably. We might possibly have a little bit of extra.
Because they're leftovers.
Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's the end of the day on Friday and I hardly got to vlog at all today. Whew. I'm like out of breath. So we had a training this morning for Waterford. If anybody uses Waterford, let me know. I'm so brand new to it, but it's like an online reading intervention program for students, and they have to do it every single day. So that was an all morning training. So I had sub plans ready. And then when I got back, we had our all school walkathon today, and our walkathon is, it's our way of raising money for our school. So we were able to raise $13,000 for our school, which is so awesome. It's more than last year. So we don't do a whole lot of fundraisers at our school, like the traditional fundraisers. We do a lot of stuff like that, where we're, moving our bodies and getting together and families. And we do have a spring fling where we do like games and stuff in the springtime. And then in the fall, we like to do the school walkathon, and that's what we use to raise money for our schools instead of doing those fundraiser type things. The parents can come, and our PE teacher puts it on, and we just walk around this little front parking lot of our school, and they get squirted with like bubbles, and there's games. There's people chasing you with squirt bottles as they run, and it's fun. So that was kind of our afternoon too, so it was kind of a fun day. We didn't do a whole lot of teaching today. And then I also had my applesauce today, so it was so much fun. We went to the apple orchard yesterday on our field trip, and the kids got to pick 4 apples. I let them eat 1 for snack, and I had them donate 1 to our surprise for today. And then they got to take 2 home, and then they also got to take a pumpkin home too, a little pie pumpkin. So yeah, it was a fun day. They loved the applesauce. It was great. It's always hard because some kids are, picky, and they see the homemade applesauce with the skin and everything in it, and it's a lot different. It's lumpy, and the first year I did it, I didn't say anything about how it was homemade, and a lot of the kids were like, "Ugh, I hate this," because they were expecting like regular applesauce that they find at the store. And then this year, or the years past, I've always said, like, this is homemade applesauce, and this is why it's different, this is why it tastes different, and oh my goodness, it's so fresh, and the skin's in there, and it's nice and smooth. And so once you kind of like talk it up, then they just like totally love it. Like, I had like 3 kids that were like, "I tried a bite, I want to throw it in the trash." And I'm like, "Totally fine, thank you for trying a polite bite." So they loved it, they enjoyed it. So we had a fun afternoon. Got to eat out for lunch. That was always fun. I always feel like I'm free. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a real person who gets to go out and eat for lunch. But we did. We got to go out and eat for lunch because we got like 45 minutes for lunch, and we got out a little bit earlier too. So we got like an hour and 15 minutes for lunch today, which was so nice. So we went out to the Mexican restaurant, we went out to El Rodeo, and had lunch. So it was really nice before we got back to school. There was a pitch-in today too, so kind of sad I missed that, but that's okay. We got El Rodeo in an hour, so we're sitting pretty. Sorry, I'm like waving people by. So since we didn't have very much footage, I thought that it would be fun to take this, oh, I'm sliding. What is that? Want to take this into a weekend vlog, because tomorrow we are going to Kings Island. And if anybody's around the Midwest, then you might know what Kings Island is, but Greg's work pays for us to go to Kings Island every single year, or almost every year. And we are going with Greg's family tomorrow, so I thought that would be fun to vlog. So if you want to watch our Kings Island trip, then go ahead and keep watching. I can't ride anything because I'm preggers. Oh, it's Friday, guys. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. All right, I will see you guys when I get home. So I came home, took a shower, because I felt like I needed a shower. And I just love, shameless pregnancy thing, I just love just like laying here on the couch. This is horrible lighting. Sorry, guys. I just love laying here on the couch and feeling her move. It's like my favorite thing in the world. I could lay here forever just to feel her move again. She likes to flutter and do kicks at night. I don't feel it all the time, but I do feel it every day, if that makes sense. and it's getting stronger and stronger. So it's just so much fun. So I just love just like laying here and seeing if I can feel her again. And if I lay really, really still and just like focus, I can feel her more often. So it's so much fun.